I think it affects a number of things. Us as spectators, especially as adults, first and foremost, our jobs are to protect, right, to support, and to model appropriate behavior out there. So I think when kiddos are watching that and they see somebody, a spectator, like let's say you have a spectator, for example, that's just over the top, overindulging, yelling, just being that ridiculous parent. What that's doing is that's modeling a behavior that these kiddos are observing, they're watching, and what they're going to do is take with them that experience as well. And it could be, like you had mentioned, disheartening. It is disheartening to see that at times, when they're just over the top with the kiddos. But then again, it could also be a positive as well. You can have your parents that are out there that are involved as well, being supportive, being very positive, and encouraging these athletes and these kiddos to have fun. I mean, that's the main thing, is kiddos having fun. A lot of times we forget about that, and as spectators, you forget that that's what they're out there for. Essentially, that's what it's all about. The kids just want to have fun. They want to get some exercise and hang out with their friends. If you were to categorize and classify them, I guess there's like three that I look at. You have your overindulging, also known as somewhat of the narcissistic parent personality type, that it's out there vicariously living through their child. Of course, I'm saying that and you're thinking about it going, oh yes, because we've all seen it. And it's not fun. I mean, it's embarrassing for kiddos. And what that does too is when you're projecting and putting all these expectations on these kiddos and putting all this stress, the stressors create anxiety and depression for the kiddos, and that's very detrimental to their development. Then of course you have your parents that are mediocre involved, that just kind of have a nice flat line about it but are remaining positive, that are involved and that are still encouraging their kiddos, and that seems to be about I'd say one of the best levels you can possibly be at, because you're not overindulging and you're not participating and involved. And then of course there are some parents that are just not involved, that don't even take their kiddos to games, that have the friends take them to the games, or they're riding with other people. So there is a vast variety of parents and involvement, but I do think that it is key. It is key to be active, to participate, and to show our kiddos that we do encourage them, we do love them, and we want to support them. Sportsmanship is huge, because let's say, for example, you're out there on the field and you're participating, and a lot of the times, we expect our kiddos to respect authority, right? So whether that be a parent, a teacher, a coach, law enforcement, it's what we're doing out there as far as presenting that sportsmanship. What are we modeling for these kiddos? Let's say you have an unfavorable call. Lots of times that's going to happen in a game. It's inevitable. You're going to have that. But the lesson itself is, how do you respond to that? And what are you showing and demonstrating for the kiddos? What would you like them to learn? Sportsmanship goes a long way, and you think about it, being a part of a team and learning sportsmanship is something that we carry into everyday life. I mean, it's not just with sports. These character traits that we're learning are facets that we're going to carry out over into everything that we do every day. Jobs later on, school, relationships. You want to make it fun. I mean, that's what it's all about, is fun. Sometimes we hear the terms, little kiddos use, well, it just took the fun out of it. And when you hear that, I've counseled, sports or athletes, and do sports and performance counseling, and some of the most disheartening and disappointing things you can possibly hear is when a kiddo says that. Well, that just took the fun out of it. I think what you're doing is you're taking essentially the wind out of their sails. I mean, that's what it is. They want to have fun. And as parents and as adults, that's our goal. That should be our goal. We're supposed to provide, protection. We're supposed to encourage them, and we're supposed to love them. But remember to be encouraging, supportive, and positive, and that it is just a game. Also, these kiddos are not mini adults. That's one thing that I'd like all parents to take. They're not mini adults, and you can't treat them as if they are your favorite athlete that you're watching on TV. I mean, they are kiddos. Kiddos first and foremost, so don't forget that. And to remember, it is just a game. Provide guidance and encouragement for the kiddos. Listen to them, observe them, what they're trying to tell you, and validate their feelings and their words. Is so key to validate these kiddos. What that does is that opens up that line of trust and communication further on in the future for them, with you, with your kiddos, and then of course, anybody else that comes into their lives. You want to encourage that and for them to feel safe. When you go out and you watch your kiddos, remember to tell your kiddo that you love them, that you appreciate their effort, because I think that's the main thing, is that lesson overall, is their effort.